you thought somebody was a good president because they could like give a speech and bring everybody together.
I didn't think he was a good president.
No, not him. You were talking about somebody else, and you said, "Oh yeah, like sometimes people just need that speech."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. People
this
need
person
to
was
be-
good at this person.
Yeah.
But people do like people like love somebody who can give that speech. That's why they loved Cuomo.
Yeah.
The power and the ability to give that speech and believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, think about even in history, like before battles and everything, like
Hitler.
Hitler. Yeah, you know, just being able to get the people riled, and
Yeah.
rallied up, and ready to go. So
Newt Rockney.
What'd he say?
Newt Rockney?
Yeah, what's that?
Come on.
No, don't know. Never even. I don't even know if it sounds familiar.
The Gipper speech?
No. What speech is that?
Oh, come on.
Can you
never
do it?
Come on. Really?
No.
From Notre Dame? The football coach from Notre Dame?
Was it in a movie?
Yeah, it was in a movie, but it was in real life too.
Oh, was it like Rudy? Was it in that movie?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No, actually, Ronald Reagan was in that movie. If you want to talk presidents that can give a speech.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
You never heard Win One for the Gipper?
Never.
Are you shitting me?
Never, man.
Okay. Come on.
Oh, it's old school.
Yeah, it's old school.
Okay.
It's old school.
1940. Win One for the Gipper.
He's like,
okay.
George.
Look at Ronnie. He made a lot of bad laws.
George, this telegram just arrived from Walter Camp. You've been named fullback on his All-American team.
Me? You wouldn't kid me, Rock.
No, it's on the level. You're gonna be all right, kid.
Oh, boy.
I haven't got a complaint in the world, Rock.
We're going to get taken down for this.
Not afraid. What's tough about this?
Can everyone hear the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Rock. Someday when the team's up against it, breaks are beating the boys. Ask them to go in there with all they've got. Win just one for the Gipper. I don't know where I'll be then. But I'll know about it. I'll be happy.
I love how he's like dying in a bed and his hair's perfect. And he's just like...
Wow, the timing of that. Whoa! Can you, like, imagine the timing of that.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Anyway, so so that's the Gipper in the bed, and
Win
then
one for the Gipper.
the other guy, he gets like one day, then they're down at halftime, and he goes in and delivers this like speech, he tells about.
That was really Ronald Reagan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Did you ever
know
see
that.
that movie with Cheech where it's like Born in East LA and he gets deported? He's from LA. He was born in LA, but he gets rounded up with a bunch
think I've seen it.
Undocumented immigrants, and they deport him to Mexico. And then he has to like sneak back in because he can't get back in. He doesn't have his his license. They're like, "Where's your green card?" And he's like, "I don't have a green card. I was born here." And they're like, "Seriously, where's your green card?"
Oh God, that must be a pretty funny movie. What's it called?
Oh my God, Born in East LA.
Born in East
Cracks
LA.
me up.
Okay.
Cracks me up. But
any Cheech and Chong movie.
They're like, okay, well, if you were born and if you're American, who's the president? He goes, oh, that's easy, John Wayne.
Oh God. Oh no.
Who actually he was in the running. Do you know that they wanted him to be president in 80? They were talking about it in 78. They wanted him to be president in 80. No, John Wayne.
Oh, I was like, what the hell?
No,
like,
they wanted John Wayne instead of Ronald Reagan.
Really?
But they got Ronald Reagan because John Wayne died.
Yeah.
He died in 78, 79, somewhere in between 78 and 79.
John Wayne is president. Would he have done a lot of one-liners?
John Wayne?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a bunch.
You know that he would have fought, like, I don't know, how many times do we bomb the shit out of somebody in the 80s? Think about,
Was there a lot of bombing going on in the 80s?
come on. He would have been given a lot of guff to Gorbachev
Gorbachev. Okay.
from Russia. He was the guy that Ronald Reagan got up and he said, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall."
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. See, when I think of bomb, I always think of like what conflict was in the 80s? Which one was that?
Well, we had a few different things, you know.
Because like Desert
you
Storm
had
was the 90s, right?
Yeah. So you had the man, a whole bunch of different things. His presidency started out with the Iran hostage crisis.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, I
that's
remember
part of the
hearing-
reason
yeah.
why he got elected was because of the Iran hostage
Really?
crisis, because people didn't think that Carter could handle it. Because he hadn't handled it.
What do you do? Do you just like sit up and watch the History Channel or something? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you like take this stuff to the bank? Like, yeah, I know this for sure. I'm just like, yeah, okay. Like, I think I remember like I don't know, something from the Revolutionary War and some Mesopotamia river and stuff, and that's like where my history ended. So
Yeah, no, we got a long history of just bombing the shit out of people.
Huh.
We had, he had a lot of scandals too. He had the Iran Contra affair.
okay,
You heard of that?
yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
Anyway,
Eddie with the Go Bills.
it's opening day, right? For
Yeah.
the Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Jamie's up at the Bills game. He's probably not watching.
Oh
Today,
yeah, no,
so.
probably half of our viewers are at the Bills game or are someplace else getting ready to watch the Bills game.
Watch him play. Yeah, no, opening day full. So you never got into NFL? Like your dad's not in NFL, or
look, I haven't had cable in over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had. You get to like football time, and I never had time to get into it,
right?
Because I was always busy playing sports instead of watching them, especially on Saturdays, like every Saturday. So college football out the window.
Yeah,
because Saturdays I'd have probably a cross country meet.
Cross country, man.
Yeah. Oh, which by the way, my dad's cross country team just like he's coaching college cross country for the first time.
Yep.
And they just kind of reinstituted that team, and they won their first meet yesterday.
Wow.
So congratulations.
How do you win in cross country?
You run faster than the other people.
So it's a race, just like a timed race.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never been to one. Don't know. Does it look like I run? Look at me.
So the tricky thing, there's an individual winner.
Okay.
Whoever is the number one fastest person to finish the race. But they've got the scoring system too. So like based on what place you get,
yep.
Your top 5 people score. So they take what place the top 5 people get and they add them up.
Yeah.
And whichever team has the lowest. So, and then there's this tricky part where the next 2 runners that you have, they don't count toward your score, but they push back the other runners from the other teams. So like
that's pretty cool.
Say you have 7 runners and they finish 1 through 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next team finishes 8 through whatever, right? So then you would have 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. What is that, like 10 points? No, 15 points. You'd have 15. Anyway,
sounds right.
I'm not gonna do the math right now.
Sounds right. If you don't think about it.
Anyway, so you would have 15 points, but then their points would start at 8.
Okay.
If you had like places 1 through 10, they would still start at 8 because you only get 2 more to push them. Anyway, so math aside, they had 3 runners in the top 10, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So for their first meet coming back, it's exciting.
Did you ever win like getting first place in a cross country?
Not in cross country.
It feels like that's like got to be super like you're talking super competitive.
I wasn't that good.
Oh, well,
I wasn't that good. I did
still
run a
probably
lot.
competitive.
I liked it. I ran a lot, but I wasn't good at it.
Now, is it all the same? Just how many miles is it, or is there like different events of it?
It's like each week there'll be one thing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There's one standard. So like the official race for women in college is 6 kilometers, and men is 8 kilometers. But then some weeks there'll be some that are like not the official distance.
Mhm.
Some weeks there'll be like a 4K, just to have a short course to mix it up.
And cross country's like grass. You're not touching pavement, right?
Yeah, you run wherever.
Oh, wherever.
Yeah,
Okay.
it can be on anything, any
Oh.
surface. It's usually not on a track.
Yeah.
But sometimes they even cross tracks. But usually you can go on any surface. You go through the woods, you go through the pavement, you go wherever the path leads.
Nice. Huh.
I did get first place in my age group for 10K when I was younger. So
That's far.
it's
That's really far.
6.2 miles.
No, thanks. No. What about the steeplechase, right? Is that the cool one where you like jump over things and run in the water?
Jump in the That's for track though. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever play track?
I did a little bit of summer track, like as a club,
Steeplechase.
just for the fun of it, I guess.
Used to be awesome. Like
Camaraderie.
watching they ran like forever, and now no one's making the jumps anymore, and they're nailing face first in the water. It was like really enjoyable. I guess that maybe it's a bad thing to say, but it was fun to watch. Same thing with like hurdles. It's like somebody would be like doing good now, they'd catch that freaking foot on that hurt, and then like it was like domino effect. Like you'd take down everyone with you if you go down. Shit, it's pretty. It's actually like people get hurt playing track pretty bad doing that stuff. So.
Yes, they do.
And I'm all for physical sports.
And there's so many of them. Like you go to a track meet, and it's not just one-on-one. Usually, it's like
no,
you've got
What is
6 or 7
8
teams
lanes?
sometimes. But I mean, you could have a couple people from each team. Some of these teams are huge.
Yeah.
A track meet, just so many athletes.
I threw the shot put, so I didn't have to do any of that. That's kind of made a deal with my coach that if I didn't like have to run and I could work out instead of run, I'd throw the shot put. It's a good deal. So
Can I just go to the weight room?
Yep, that's exactly what I did. I go to the weight room, work out, and go throw a shot put. It was great. You say episode 69, I appear. That's right, Aaron. Sounds about right.
Hey, Aaron. Nice.
Aaron's an official dog dad now. He's joined the club.
No kid. What kind of dog are we talking here?
He's got 2 little. They're like, he's gonna kill me for this because I can't remember. But they're like the miniature pinchers, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Like a dachshund?
No.
Like
No. They look like a small version of a Doberman.
Is that
Doberman
its own breed?
Pinscher. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it just a mini Doberman?
Yeah, they look like that. They're vicious. You ever been around them? They're vicious.
They look like if you could take a Chihuahua and make it more of an asshole.
Dude, those if you ever been,
don't they?
Have you ever been around one of those dogs?
I will bite your ankle.
Those things are vicious, man. So yeah, Aaron joined the dog dad club. He's in it with us. So yeah.
Are they just wait? Hold on, just for clarification, because Jesse, it's Jesse. So they're like small Dobermans. Aaron, are they puppies?
No, they're small Dobermans.
Are they just Doberman?
No, they're
puppies?
small.
Are they going to be small Dobermans for the rest of their life?
Forever.
Or are they eventually going to be large Dobermans?
No, small.
Because that would be badass. Imagine having a couple Dobermans.
No.
Be like Magnum PI.
No, the small ones are worse. They're worse.
Yeah, but it'd be like, come on, like Magnum PI.
Yeah.
Those dogs are sweet.
Oh God. Man, yeah. Anyways, hey, Aaron on the show. It is episode 69.
69.
Maybe
Nice.
I should tell some jokes.
Do you have any?
No, Not really.
That makes it a lot more difficult.
I used to tell a joke about the Bills all the time. I just read that George Bush has been a skid mark on this nation for some time.
Where?
Right down there. What the hell?
George Bush is. This is
Jesse Kelly.
Jesse Kelly. George Bush has been a skid mark on this nation for some time and remains so.
Oh boy.
Oh well, I wonder why she said that.
Is
Or-
that
or
a
he?
he or she?
I don't know. I don't know.
They.
I wonder why they said that.
Stop it.
But you could say like they isn't it. They isn't derogatory. You can say they.
No, right.
Why'd they say that?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
Right.
you can say they. Sure.
Jesus.
I don't know what to say anymore. I have a bad habit of greeting groups of people with saying guys. You ever try to stop yourself from doing that?
No.
You say guys no matter what. You're like, hey guys, how's it going? Like, or what do you say to a group of people?
Hey y'all.
No, what do you really say?
What y'all doing today?
You'd only say that when you're dressed up as John Wayne.
That's not true at all. Listen to this is nonsense that he says George. Oh god damn it, George Bush. Oh man, he's such a. You look back. I liked the guy contemporarily. I liked the guy, but man, he did some bad stuff, and he just wipes it off like it's. He says that Trump damaged America in a way Bin Laden only dreamed of. Are you kidding me? If they hated freedom, if the attack on 9/11 was an attack on freedom, and you immediately put in place the Patriot Act,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
which was the bigger attack on freedom?
On our freedom is definitely the Patriot Act.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, we gave away our freedom the minute that they attacked it. We're like, okay, here it is. Also, some bombs.
What do you think about everyone that tries to say that the attacks were a conspiracy? You ever watch any of that?
I say the same thing. I say the same thing that I say about COVID. The people that think COVID is a conspiracy is that there's a conspiracy under it. It's not that I can't prove or disprove anything. I mean, I don't have any firsthand knowledge. I can't prove or disprove anything about the 9/11 attacks or anything about COVID or anything else. I'm just living in this world. But what I do know is whether it was crafted or not, it was taken advantage of by our government to usurp more power.
See, I'm with you there. I don't. Maybe I'm not giving our government enough credit. I just always feel like they can't come up with these schemes and like that they don't seem viable for them.
No, I agree.
But
no, it's totally
no.
it's totally more realistic to me that like Bin Laden and some of these other guys got together and said, yeah, let's mess with America, and because they're here still and we don't want them here and we want them out of here, so let's give them a wake up call. I don't think it was an attack on freedom. I think it was a slap back. And I'm not saying that in a way to say that it's our fault. Because I know people, get worked up about that situation. I just think that we've been there so long and we've had so many different things going on with them that it's a slap back.
Yeah.
But you look at that, you look at COVID, all these different scenarios, and every single one of them has been used by our own people to attack our own freedom. And we're like, please take it faster.
Yeah. I mean, I can't agree with or disagree with you. So yeah, that's one of the, I kind of thought the same way, but you articulate it way better. It's like, I don't think they're capable of planning stuff like that. Maybe they are. Maybe I don't give enough credit. Do we really think Hillary Clinton is capable of having people murdered? Like, I mean, what do we think? Like, I don't know. Are people really? You think she is? So yeah. So you never
Here's
know.
the
I
thing.
mean, maybe people are capable of.
The question is the question is not whether or not they could plan it and execute it, because they absolutely could. Come on, look at that everything, the CIA, the NSA, like all these other alphabet agencies that we don't even know about, look at a lot of the stuff that they've done playing chess with people around the world.
But they could never keep it quiet.
Bingo.
That's what I
That's
always
it,
come to.
right?
Is like, I don't care.
But what they
There's
do,
always a whistleblower.
but they don't have to keep it quiet. They just have to like mix in a bunch of stories. They have to mix in a bunch of noise.
Right.
So like look at every major thing that's happened ever.
Yeah.
Ever. All they do is they say, okay, yeah, we just have to like look at JFK's assassination.
Right. Oh, here we go. Now we're really going down a rabbit hole.
But really,
Yeah.
look at all the stories.
Yeah.
Like
that's
there's,
true.
and people believe them. Like there are people who truly believe second shooter. There are people who, believe that there was just one shooter, but it was this shooter and not this shooter. There are people that think that it was paid for by the mob. There are people that think that it was paid for by the CIA. They're like, there's so many stories, and you know what? All of them are like a little bit believable. And maybe
Didn't they find out that didn't somebody get in the same window and try to shoot the target to see if it's possible? And
it wouldn't be that hard.
And it was easy.
Yeah. It wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
Like you've shot a rifle before.
Yeah.
What it was like 100-yard shot, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe less.
I just think people try to. I think a lot of people that say that the shot's not possible is like, I don't think they know much about guns.
Most people
Yeah.
don't know much about guns.
Yeah.
Really, most people, especially people in positions of power,
Yeah.
have no idea about guns.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, I saw that whole thing kicked up again on Facebook about the conspiracy of the towers. And I just feel like if you have the freedom to think what you want, it's like, sure, you can think it, but is there a point where you should start keeping stuff to yourself? Because to some people it's still like close to home. Like it still feels like it was yesterday to some people. So it's like, yeah, maybe, you can, till you come with some solid evidence, why don't you just reel it back a little bit?
It was such an emotional event.
Where were you? Do you remember?
Yeah. I was in school. Like we were all in school.
Yeah. But like, do you remember the class, or do you remember like how everything went?
I remember walking into chemistry and it was on the TV.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And I said, is that the World Trade Center?
You knew it was the World Trade Center?
And she goes, yeah. And I'm like,
wow.
Are they on fire? She goes, yeah, some planes flew into them. I was like, shit.
So they sat us down. I wonder if each teacher did it, but like I remember, I don't know, 4th grade. You must have been like 6th grade, probably. Maybe.
No, I was in 11th grade.
Oh, that's right. You're a lot older than me.
I'm a man.
That's right. So yeah, I was young.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 5th grade, but 4th grade doesn't matter. They like put all of us young kids in a room, and they're like, so there's something we want to show you, and I'm like, the hell? Oh, we're good. Yeah. So they turned it on the TV, and they told us exactly what happened, and we're like, oh, okay. And like as a kid, you're like, yeah, like I don't know, didn't seem different. And then I remember my dad got me out of school.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So like my dad's like, he's like ready for like a war.
They're
like,
coming for Dundee school.
Yeah, he pulled me out of this school. He's like, these people attack children. Like has his guns ready. Like we're gonna blaze into war.
Yeah,
like
there was a lot of fear
nuts.
because nobody knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, man.
I remember just looking up and the skies being clear, and it was weird. It was really weird. We were supposed to have a cross country meet that day. Actually, it got canceled.
At that age, it must have felt way more significant at the time. Like
Jesse,
it was like must have been huge.
They changed a generation, and mostly our own people changed it. But it was like I didn't know at the time the way things were going to go, but everybody my age, as things developed and you started to learn about what was really happening, we're all like trying to figure out, okay, who did this?
Right.
What's it mean? Like we knew it was big, but we didn't know how big. But we were all ready to go do something about it. We were all like, and so they used, it's kind of crazy, right? So like everybody my age in small town,
Yeah.
were like getting ready to go sign up, Of
Crazy.
course, I was like 17.
Yeah.
It's like
Thank-
I had a
thank
year,
God you
year
weren't
left to high
18.
school. I had a year
Yeah.
left to high school. And it's like, I don't know if this is going to be like a quick, like go nip it in the bud kind of deal. We didn't know it was going to be a 20-year war in multiple countries.
Right.
That's really not over. I mean, as much as we're out of those,
No.
as much as we're sort of out of those two countries, I'm guessing we still have certain people there, but as much as we're out of there, it's, I don't think we've seen the last of it. I don't think we're close to seeing the last of it, but that like those speeches that they gave to get like stir up this patriotism
Mm-hmm.
was like a beacon for young, especially rural people to go to war.
I don't think the speeches were as much. They weren't trying to rally people like that as much as they were trying to like bring it together. Like, you know what I mean? I just
To
think,
bring it together, but they had that as a, they want to bring people together, but why? What's their point? They're gonna
morale. People not freaking out and losing their mind, thinking that like we're done for. There's a lot. What is that? What's the saying? Like the herd. Like, if you can keep,
Yeah.
like if some people start going
There
crazy,
was-
everyone will go crazy.
there
It's
was
like,
there was
bring
comforting.
it back.
There was comforting,
yeah,
and there was an attempt to. Every time, man, I'll just tell you, it's like every time I see him start waving that flag, though, I love it. I love the flag. I love what like passion people have for it,
mm-hmm.
but it gets manipulated. And that was as much as I was right with them, and it made me, I was like, all right, who we got to go take care of.
Crazy.
Now looking back, that's scary because we're going to have new wars. We're going to have one in the next 18 months, probably. I don't know who it's with, but I mean, we're America, so that's what we do.
18 months, huh? That's what you're putting it at?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just hope no one.
I
let's
would
hope
love
no one. No wars for a while.
I'd love some
here.
peace for a while. That would be
that'd be
great.
nice.
But as soon, all we have to have is like something. We've got a war on COVID now. They're like, oh, we've got COVID. Everybody, like, it's your patriotic duty to go do this and to shut down and to wear masks and to get vaccines. And it's like, I don't know.
Didn't the United Nations start so that everyone could be a part of stopping terrorism? Like, it just feels
No.
like we're the only ones that go. I know Canada will go, and the British forces will go, but isn't there more? Like, isn't there supposed to be something where, is that not what the United Nations is about at all?
No.
Okay.
The United Nations was formed after World War II.
Right. I mean, you'd think that more people should care if it was that bad. Right.
Well, we
More
had
countries.
we had a coalition of nations back then. I don't know if you remember all that, but
I remember we couldn't
Bush
call
gave
French fries French.
So like right after Bush gave the, we're America, we're strong, we stand together speech, like the whole, like the speech on top of the rubble, with the loudspeaker. After he gave that speech, it wasn't long before he was given the "if you're not with us, you're against us" speech. And he gave a speech and he said, we're putting together a coalition to go after these people. We got 40 nations or whatever. They're all going to go after the terrorists. And we're going to smoke them out of their caves. And he said, if you're not with us, you're against us. And that was a big part of the anti-French sentiment, was that the French were like, not really all in for getting into this war.
Right.
And so, like, we didn't have French fries anymore.
They're freedom
We
fries.
didn't have French toast.
Freedom toast.
And
I remember restaurants were changing their menus, and it was like, you ordered freedom fries and freedom toast, and it was like, well,
yeah.
okay.
And there was, I mean, There was a limited reason for us to go into Afghanistan, and we let bin Laden get away. Our administration let bin Laden get away, and then we continued to fight for 20 more years.
Yeah, too bad.
And I don't think there was much reason for us to go to Iraq. Not long after.
Oil is good.
Yeah, money, right? Money, power.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's just frustrating that we're still talking about this 20 years later. I was reading something in the news the other day that the guy who was the architect of 9/11, they were getting ready for his trial.
Yep.
Jesse. 20 years. What the hell?
That's how this stuff works. I mean, it's
what
shocking.
The hell? 20 years and they're still getting ready for his trial?
Same thing with a lot of people that get scheduled for the death penalty that have them never actually they die before.
Well,
sure. Yeah, because they never get these people to trial.
No, they don't get the death penalty without a trial.
Well, I mean, that are supposed to get the death penalty is what I mean. Like they never, like the one like, oh, this case is going to go for the death penalty, but I mean, some states it's worse than others.
Yeah.
Like, but federally, you'd think we'd be quick, right? Because they're in a federal, like I don't know what prison exactly, but what is it, Guantanamo Bay? Is that what we call it? Or,
no.
What?
That's you're talking about the
like for the terrorists,
detainees.
Yeah. They're supposed to go on trial.
Yeah.
You'd think that would be quicker than our regular judicial system, but
right.
I guess not. 20 years.
Well, yeah. And part of it's that they've been suing for different things, like whether or not he has constitutional rights and
who's suing
whether or
for
not
that? He is?
Yeah, they've got lawyers that are
a lawyer.
They're
an American lawyer.
Look at Jesse.
Oh.
You have the right to representation.
Right.
You have the right to a defense. Even if we know 100%, which but even if we knew 100% that you were wrong,
yeah,
you still have a right to a defense.
Trust me. I mean, I know the system, but the thing is I can't believe, because lawyers can not represent. I mean, all of them get put on like, hey, you have
but
to
somebody
do this.
has to.
And then you can always just say no.
You have a right to a vigorous defense.
Yeah, but I can't imagine the guy stuck doing it. I can't.
Oh, no, it'd be tough.
So it's crazy that because everyone's not backing out of it.
And you have to, as that lawyer, you have to give that guy a good defense, because otherwise people won't accept. There'll be people who will say that it was just a kangaroo court.
Yeah.
So you have to do your job in order for him to get that guilty verdict and like have it be legit.
Yeah, crazy. I can't believe. I don't know. If I was a lawyer, I'd be like, no, thanks. I'm out. Now you can only do it so many times. There's factors to it. So I mean, maybe somebody got stuck, because I know you can only, if you get put on, you can only back out a limited amount of times or you lose your license. So
for representing
someone. So you can do a shit job, but doesn't look good on you. But
yeah.
So interesting. Like the Boston bomber case. Did you watch any of that with that lawyer? That lawyer didn't do a very good job.
Right.
I was like, this guy's like done. Like everyone knows. And as the lawyer, you're like, I don't want this to come back on me.
Is it right? Well, and the thing is, they can just get another trial.
Yeah.
If their lawyer did a bad job, they just get another trial.
Yeah, he was done. But yeah, no, it's crazy. I can't imagine being stuck, like trying to. The first thing to do is just like, okay, plead insane. That's your best shot to not get killed here.
Yeah. I think so. What they do is they say, okay, does he have the right to an actual trial by jury? Does he have the right to? Because he's not in the United States. He's in a U.S. base in Cuba.
Right.
He's not a U.S. citizen. So, like, what rights they have and what rights they don't have, all that stuff is kind of.
That's something I didn't think about. What if you're not a citizen? Do you still fall under the same?
Well, that's still being debated.
Okay.
And that's still something that's going through, and I think the Supreme Court will eventually have to decide on that. but I think they're going to do it little by little at this point. As far as I'm concerned, when they wrote the Constitution, when they wrote it,
Mm-hmm.
they said, these are rights that belong to everybody, and that no country has the right to take away. It transcends the United States. The Bill of Rights, they said, this is every person's right, not just Americans.
Interesting. Yeah. So many things about Bill of Rights, laws and rules and things. It's just crazy to there was a good discussion. So most of our binding laws, rights and everything comes from a Christian, like, Bible background. You ever oh boy.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah. So do you ever like, and people are saying like that should be changed. Do you think that's right? That a lot of it comes from like religion, and people think that maybe some of it should be changed because
You can read the Bible any way you want, just like you can read the Quran any way you want.
Right.
Just like, I mean, you can find stuff anywhere.
Yeah.
The Bible,
But they're just saying that
is like a history, right? So
right.
like it talks about different like stuff that was done by different governments.
Right.
Like, of course, we're going to have laws that are similar to laws that were back then. We're going to have like
Right.
values that are similar to values we had back then.
See, and that was the word that was being used. I was watching on a podcast, was that values have changed from back then to now, and should like things change. And it was pretty interesting. I didn't really agree much with it, but I've never read the Bill of Rights like full on. I've never like read through every freaking law we have. I don't know all of it. So.
There you go.
There you go. Look at this. The Constitution. Wow. It's pretty small.
Well, and that's the thing, right? So
Yeah.
Obamacare is like 400 pages, like
everyone
1,100
just
pages.
said that was set up, right? Like everyone watching's like, nice setup. Yeah.
No, it's
the day after.
like the Constitution
9/11.
fits in that.
Yeah.
Think about that's the founding laws of our country.
Yeah. Do you know what the 18th
and you
Amendment
have
is?
the 18th Amendment. Yeah, it's a bar.
After 1 year from the ratification of this article, the manufacture, sale, or transportation of intoxicating liquors within, the importation thereof into, or the exportation thereof from the United States and all territories subject to the jurisdiction thereof for beverage purposes is hereby prohibited.
Prohibido. Yeah. What about the 6th Amendment?
Oh God. I'm reading the amendments out.
Oh, yeah.
People are like, oh, my English teacher's watching. She's like, don't do this to me. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. Senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as qualification to any office or public trust under the United States.
You see that?
Wow.
It's not about the Bible.
No.
They wrote it right in there.
That's true. So that,
and of course, also the First Amendment.
That whole thing that I was watching, they were a little off if you read that part. So
the deal is, right, that the Constitution was written by people who, yeah, like most of them were pretty religious.
All we had was Alexander Hamilton. We couldn't bring anyone else to the table on this.
What do you mean?
The state of New York, we could have couldn't we?
Wow.
It looks like Pennsylvania really kicked our ass Yeah. Pennsylvania held it together back then, didn't they?
Yeah, but New York,
That's
come
where
on.
it was.
Think about it.
That's where it was. They had Ben Franklin.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Alexander Hamilton and Ben Franklin are the big dogs on this.
Hamilton. Some of that
Who
stuff.
killed Hamilton?
Aaron Burr.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I mean, I've seen the I think I've seen the isn't there a show or a movie or
I
something?
don't know.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
I like this. This is so. If anybody
nifty.
wants their very own copy of the Constitution, just send $3 to itsrare@gmail.com, and I will get you your very own copy.
Signed copy by Phil Rahr.
If you want it signed, I'll sign it.
That'll be $3.50.
Could you imagine?
You charging 50 cents for a signature? No. I cannot.
What a great book. It's only this big. Yeah, it fits right in your pocket.
Oh God, that's funny. That is funny.
Here's
I just read out 2 amendments.
Have
to
you ever
people
read the
on-
14th Amendment? Look how long that thing is. Jesus.
Definitely not reading that.
I mean, it's a great amendment, but look at that. Bam. Bam.
Yeah, but you know the best amendment in there is the second.
The Second Amendment.
Yeah, that's the best amendment in the entire book. I mean, the
It's
21st is pretty
It's
good,
pretty short too.
but the second is really
Pretty
good.
short and sweet.
Yeah.
You know, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Yep. Yeehaw. Dude. Uh-oh. There you go. Yeah.
We like that one. We
Yeah,
like all of them.
the Second
I
Amendment's
mean,
a
I
really
like
good
all
one.
of them, except for the 13th Amendment. That one's pretty much bullshit, if you ask me.
Yeah, Tim. Definitely go Birds.
We just got to talk about how bad
Oh, next Sunday
the 13th Amendment is.
I'm not going to be here. I'm going to Philadelphia Eagles game.
Oh, that's
So.
gonna suck.
Sorry.
Neither. Listen to this.
Okay, ready.
Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Congress shall have the power to enforce this. So, did you catch that part about except as a punishment for a crime?
Yeah.
So look at, we're not going to have slavery, but if we can make a crime that we can find you guilty of, then we can punish you with involuntary servitude.
Yeah.
So think about all the laws that target poor people and minorities that have been used for 150 years to basically turn them into institutional slaves. It's like you can have the country can have slaves, but people can't, which I don't think anybody should.
Yeah. I mean, luckily there's a couple things that they've stepped up, like the right to have an attorney. I mean, could you imagine if they didn't give that right? No poor person would be able to even get. I mean, you'd be done. You'd have to represent yourself.
We've always had that right.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's just like
just that now they actually get advised of that right.
Yeah, it's just like, no. I was talking with a employee of mine that just came back from Hawaii. She was talking about like Hawaii and what they think about vaccines over there.
Yeah.
And I guess at one point the government forced vaccines on them. And when she was over there was like a huge like protest about it and really messed up a lot of the natives over there. And she kind of went more into like details, something that I've like never really heard about. They were all talking about it over there. And it's like, that sounds pretty familiar. It's like same thing they did to minorities, like go back to, what is it? The Tuskegee? Is that Tuskegee?
Oh,
yeah.
You mean like historically they did?
Yeah. Like just giving people shots with stuff they shouldn't have. So
not telling them what's in it.
Yeah. You can see how some
not giving them a choice.
People of color or, minorities would feel about vaccines.
Yeah.
Probably pretty scary. So
that's why informed consent is the gold standard.
Yeah. That's for sure. That's a touchy subject lately. You looked at your feed with people talking about that?
Yeah.
Masks and freaking
Listen,
vaccines. It's freaking crazy.
As much as I don't think that the vaccine is some kind of a conspiracy or anything, like I really legitimately do think that it's going to I think it's something that's good, that I think people should get the vaccine. But
Freedom of choice.
But I think
That's all we say.
right.
Right?
So
Yeah.
I think that they should get it because they've had a conversation with their doctor and they think it's the right thing to do, and they decided to do it, not because they're being made to do it or coerced into doing it. I think that they should do it because they think that it's good.
The 99 employee rule.
Isn't that insane?
Whoa.
So as soon as you have 100,
yep,
then
it's done.
It's like an OSHA thing.
Yeah,
it's an OSHA deal.
Crazy. I can't believe it. When I read that, I was like, whoa, like, who thought this was a good idea?
Oh, come on.
I mean, I don't know.
Here's the thing.
When do we come on? It's
in 7 years,
the same people that are pushing for like other rights for other people's, and then they're gonna just like flip back and just say no, well, those rights we'll fight for because that's more into our party line, and we're not gonna fight for these rights because, well, that's on the other party line or however. And it's like, why are we doing this? Why aren't we just saying like my body, my choice? Like, let's just put it what it is. That's it. Like, it's your body, it's your choice. We can't force you to do stuff like this. Like, when does that happen? I don't know.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Crazy.
We've got to get past this. Let's see what my tribe can do to your tribe kind of deal.
Yeah. Let's just all be on the same team here.
Because the thing is, listen, people, I said this when Bush was president about, and I liked Bush, but I said, listen, the executive orders, the expansion of executive power that's happening under Bush, it's bad. And pretty soon it's not going to be a Republican that's president, and the Democrat is going to be, he's going to have this power that you gave to the Republican that you trusted.
Right.
And then when Obama got in there, all the Democrats were like, they stopped complaining about the accumulation of executive power. And they said, oh no, we have to use these executive orders to be able to get anything done. So then Obama had a massive expansion of it.
And then Trump.
had a massive
just
expansion.
Like keeps everyone
and
keeps
it's
getting
like
more powerful.
Under Obama, all the Republicans are like, wait, no. It's like, you gave him that power. You gave it. And then the Democrats gave it. And then they were like, oh shit. When they saw Trump coming, they were like, oh shit. All the power that we just gave to that office, and now he's going to have it.
Yeah.
And then the Republicans went back. They're like, oh shit, now Biden's going to have it. It's like, who's going to have it 3 years from now? Probably Kamala Harris. And Jesus Christ, I can't think of anybody I'd want to have that power less.
Oh man, I've been showing people this Joe Rogan podcast every time they say Kamala Harris is, she'd be a good leader. And there's this podcast of this company that was started in California by two white males to help people of color and impoverished people in the state of California from Kamala Harris sending them to prison illegally with not enough evidence, nothing like that. Mm-hmm. Sentencing for small petty crimes, sentencing for years that a white person would never get put into prison for. And they go on and on. It's disgusting. Like, if you like, and I can't believe no one has heard about this.
They have. The problem is that they ignore it.
Jesus,
it's
crazy. It's freaking nuts.
For some reason, the majority just like, they don't pay attention to most of that. They don't pay attention to most of it. Then you get the people that are kind of like on the edge,
yeah,
or people even that are deep into it, and they can just let that go as long as it's somebody that they agree with. If it's somebody that they think is on their side and the part of their tribe, they'll let a lot go. They'll let a lot go.
Nuts. It's nuts.
I think I'd like to think, and I don't want to attack anybody's integrity here today, maybe another time, but I'd like to think that I've got, as much as I really am, man, like you see it. I'm very pro freedom, very pro liberty, very much like adamantly in support of people's rights, whether they're ones that I care to take advantage of or not. But I'd like to say that for people in my party, and I think my party's actually somewhat good at this, and that might be their downfall, is that if I see somebody saying some bullshit, I don't just go along with it because they're part of my party.
Right.
And I don't think that that's the case with Democrats and Republicans. They let a lot go from their party. They even like find a way to justify it sometimes and find a way to make it like, oh yeah, I could see why he would do that. Yeah, he should do that. Yeah, he should do that. It's like, I can see why people make certain decisions. I might still consider it wrong.
Right.
But I'm never going to say, man, yeah, we should be doing this.
I mean, as a Republican, I feel like I was like a huge critic of Trump, like a lot of things. I was like, no, we don't need to be doing that. That doesn't make sense. I mean, all the way through, you can criticize everything. And I can go back to those things Obama did. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think that was a good idea, even if maybe it wasn't. Just like, I don't know why everyone can't see both sides of the fence. And it's like, it comes to a point where you should start seeing like, hey, there's some issues here, that you lied about. And these people probably shouldn't be in this position of power because they failed in this position of power before multiple times. Yeah. So
you have to have your principles that you live by.
Yeah.
And then you have to kind of at least be honest with yourself.
Yeah. I read on Facebook. Here you go. Here's a good one. Somebody, and I think it was a massive post, not like a friend, but it was like, hey, it's really cool of you guys to stick up for, or to beat up on a president that was born with a speech impediment and everything like that. And it's like, but everyone was doing the same thing to Trump the whole time he was talking. It's like, they're like, he sounds like a jackass. He's an idiot. Like, listen, he can't even like formulate a sentence, like all this stuff. And it's like, but it was okay then. Now it's not okay. It's just like the double standard of everything is just like,
well,
can we just like be like straight line with each other? Like, we want a competent president that's for freedom and stops abusing their power. Simple. Let's just do that. Let's try that.
Good luck.
How about just one of those? It doesn't matter what party. Let's get one of those and go from there.
Well, yeah. Good luck. We should not be making fun of presidents for the way that they're the way that drives me nuts that politicians are judged by how they speak rather than what policies they make.
Right.
Please, for the love of God, let's start judging people who are in power by what policies they make instead of by how they speak.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I at points, especially once they're president, right? They're here now. Like before, like if you were going to say with Joe, like, I'm afraid he has dementia, he has a hard time articulating sentences, and maybe it wouldn't be good with world leaders. Sure. But I think once you get a president, it's like, shouldn't we all just kind of like be on board and like hope he does good?
We
right?
should. So,
that's
right. So what does doing good mean? Because for the Democrats, they would say doing good would be getting as many of his policies in place as possible. For the Republicans, doing good would be probably doing things that they agree with,
getting as little of his policies,
doing things that they agree with, and maybe compromising on certain things. For me, getting like wanting the president to be successful would mean the president serving our country instead of corporate interests, serving. And I'm not saying that we have to be anti-corporations either,
Right.
but we shouldn't be letting corporations govern the country. We shouldn't be letting
Big pharma.
Well, yeah, big pharma and every other major corporation. I mean, they are the ones who are writing their own regulations. People ask for regulations against corporations, but they don't realize that then they're going to say, okay, who do we know that's an expert in pharmaceuticals? Oh, how about these people that are in pharmaceuticals? Let's get them to write it.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. So I would like a president who, did value freedom. A president who, did fight to protect our rights and respect our rights. And really, I mean, we need somebody that we're not going to have everything overnight.
Right.
We're not going to have everything I want ever, but we're certainly not going to have it overnight. I just want somebody that's going to help it go the other way. Who's going to stop accelerating the expansion of government. Stop accelerating.
Has that ever happened?
The expansion of the budget. It's never happened.
Yeah, I don't think so. Has there been a president in the last, I don't know, 50 years that everyone was in agreement was a great president?
No.
Like, it's never happened. Like, where both parties were like, yeah, he's doing a good job. No, and it can't. So it actually can't happen.
I mean, there have been brief moments where,
like JFK, wasn't he kind of liked by both sides?
Well, that was more than 50 years ago.
Oh,
but
that's true. Yeah.
And I don't think that he was until he got shot. You know, he was like Obama. He was kind of a sweetheart because he was younger and had a family in the White House, like did those things. His wife was good looking, kind of deal, but he had a lot of bad policies.
Yeah.
Everybody got behind him when he, was going up against Cuba for the Cuban Missile Crisis. But then look at the Bay of Pigs invasion.
Yeah.
They all had those things.
Yeah.
And, he was probably in bed with the mafia.
You think so?
I think I've
never heard that.
Probably in bed with them. I think that the mafia maybe got him elected.
Well, okay.
They maybe had a big influence on what happened in West Virginia during that election. And maybe they didn't like what he did when he was elected. Anyway,
stop it, Phil.
I'm not going to draw any conclusions. I'm not going to draw any conclusions from that.
I'm going to miss the football games if we get on this freaking JFK assassination topic. My God.
I'm not going to go. I'm not one of the people that goes deep into that conspiracy rabbit hole. Partly, I mean, come on.
It's just
like what would be
the guy. Well, who's it? Was it Lee Harvey Oswald that shot the killer? Right. That's
no.
Sorry, no, I'm way off. Sorry, what was his name? The guy that
Jack Ruby.
Ruby, that's who it was. Sorry, Jack Ruby shot the killer, and everyone's like, why are you so angry? Like, you guys weren't even that good of buddies. Like,
yeah. And then
yeah.
Hillary Clinton was like,
what were you gonna call her?
Hillary Clinton was like, she was reading about that,
and
she said, man. Well, actually, she was in college at that time, wasn't she?
Yeah, so she was.
She was like, "Oh, this is how you do it."
Oh God, here we go.
When somebody knows too much, you just have somebody kill them.
God, dude, seriously, like that's the weirdest part. Is like how Jack Ruby justified. Well, I was just so like grief struck or something. I can't remember what he's saying, and just like had to shoot him. And it's like, dude, no way. There's no. If you really cared about somebody, you'd want to know why. You would want the justice, and then maybe shoot him. But you're not gonna just like, bang, you're dead. So yeah, quite strange.
It's all strange,
yeah.
But
same thing with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, gone.
Have you heard
Epstein, gone.
anything about that since?
John McAfee, gone. I haven't heard anything about Epstein. Hey, by the way, John McAfee and Jeffrey Epstein did not kill themselves.
And what happened to the chick?
What is her name?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I watched the documentary.
Is she still alive?
Yeah.
It
She's
starts with a
she's
G.
got a foreign name. Yeah, it's I forget what country she's from. I don't think she's from the United States.
Isn't it Giselle?
Yeah.
No, Ghislaine Maxwell.
She's British. Okay.
Ghislaine.
Oh, no, it says UK, France, United States. So she's got citizenships all over the world.
Ghislaine. Man, that's a hard word to say. Is she still alive?
Yeah, I think.
She's still alive. Okay. Of course, she hasn't given over any of the.
She's in prison with R. Kelly.
Feds ordered to reveal the names of co-conspirators. Oh boy. Well, that'll be interesting.
What if she dies? What happens then?
Do you really think that they'll let those names come out?
What happens if she dies?
Nothing.
You think that it all just gets swept under the rug again?
Yes. The media will be like, yeah, well, that was weird. And then they'll stop talking about it immediately.
Okay, Jesus, please don't send feds in here to like kill me or something. I'm not even going to say. If a person of higher power in the government that was well liked was somewhere and the video cameras shut off and they were found dead, people would lose their goddamn mind. Right. Especially of that party line, like, oh my, like, it'd be like all over the news, people be lose, like, what, we got to find out what's going on. It's like, okay, but this,
they'd get a parade.
Yeah. And then now it's like, wait, oh no, that's not that big of a deal. Like security cameras always shut off for an hour. And then someone's found hanging dead. It's like, no, that doesn't happen. I've worked in a jail. They're 24/7. And you can't take those cameras down unless you're in the control room.
Yeah.
Which is separate. So this is how deep this goes. I don't know how much you know about jails or prisons, but
I try to stay out of them.
There's a control room, and they control all the cameras. They're always watching cameras. And they're also the ones that take phone calls. And they're pretty active because when you need to use the bathroom or go to lunch, someone from that office comes and fills a position. Your position so you can leave. So, there's always 24/7.
Got you.
Somebody's watching. So there's at least two people in a control room. The only camera that they found go down are in that block for an hour where the guy hung himself with, and this is where I lost it because I don't know if it's true or not, but supposedly with a material that isn't even present in the cell. So they purposely make it so you can't hang yourself in prison, like in jail. Trust me, there's nothing on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
The bedposts aren't tall enough. You could never do it. And like he's hung up in a weird way. And yeah, I mean, it was all. And then was it the coroner? I forget what they called him. That like looked at his body. Like he said it was like it wasn't conclusive that it was a hanging.
Yeah.
That there were signs of maybe strangulation.
Right.
And no one said anything.
What do you mean?
How nuts is that? I still can't believe it. Like I'm in shock. Like it's been a while, but I mean, maybe I'm off on a couple things, but I got to tell you, none of it's possible, Phil. That camera going down is not possible.
Don't think he killed himself.
The CO supposedly wasn't in there, Phil. Where was he? Oh, someone is always filling in. There's never a time that a CO is not.
Well, weren't they like taking a nap or something? Didn't they catch them that they were sleeping?
Or is that what they tried to say?
Like they were supposed to take a lap every 20 minutes or something.
Every 20 minutes you check every cell.
Taking a nap or something.
So in a true jail or prison, you have a a handheld device that scans every time you do a check.
Okay.
And if you don't scan it,
Boop.
yeah, that's exactly. You go
Yeah,
to the and
yeah,
you
yeah.
scan and you go sit down to prove that you've done your rounds.
Right.
If you're not scanning, it goes to the control room.
Okay.
That you're not scanning.
He's been disabled.
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah.
We should be concerned. Cameras are down. Something's not being scanned and no one's
Shit.
checking. Phil, I'm telling you, like a lot of people haven't worked in systems like that. I've been there. Like that's not how this works. So yeah. All right, let's get on. I did not suicide myself.
I did not
anyone's wondering.
suicide myself either. I'll tell you what, my FBI agent is going to be pissed when he listens to this.
Yeah.
Of course, maybe we'll just change. Maybe we'll change his mind.
Yeah.
He might be pissed when I
He'll
keep.
be like, "Oh shit, that's how prisons work."
My
I didn't
NSA
know.
agent might be pissed that I keep calling him an FBI agent.
Yeah, he's probably really mad.
Did you see this about John McAfee?
I have not.
Did you know about him?
No.
So he apparently he fled the country over like taxes,
Okay.
and
Don't blame him.
they legit basically. I mean, the guy died over taxes. He left the country. He was in Spain. They were going to extradite him. As soon as he found out that, like the day that the news came out that he was being extradited to the United States, like a half hour later, the news came across that he killed himself.
Oh, I did hear about this, but that was in
In Spain.
Like, how
Yeah.
do you think he could get killed over? They're going to set something up that
Jesse.
quick?
So fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah.
Are you
okay,
kidding me?
Okay.
You
I
think-
don't know. I mean,
you
I'm
think
not
that-
giving him enough credit.
You think that our government cares about lines, imaginary lines?
We found out that that's not how it works when Obama and Hillary were like, yeah, we're not going to ask for permission. We're just going to go smash Osama bin Laden on another freaking country's territory. It's like, yep, game on.
Because he failed to file taxes for 4 years, despite earning millions in income between 14 and 18 from promoting cryptocurrencies, consulting work, speaking engagements. I'll tell you what about
Who
those.
do you think?
They're terrified of cryptocurrency.
Who do you think had him killed? Hillary's not in crypto, so
She hates. No, they the establishment hates crypto.
really.
Could have been anybody. Could have been any of them. They want the dollar to be king,
He should have went to Russia. Why?
and
why would
the
he
dollar's not
go-
even it's like Fed coin, right?
If you want to survive, you go to Russia. That's where you go if you're trying to run from the U.S. You don't go to Spain.
Look at Snowden didn't go to Russia on purpose.
Yeah, but that's where I'd go.
Russia was like a layover, and he got trapped there by Obama
Fine.
and has been stuck there ever since.
Stuck there ever since. No one knows where he is really. I mean,
No, he's in Russia. He's in Russia.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's in Russia.
It'd be funny if he's sitting in like.
Can you
Penn Yan,
imagine? He's
and he's like a couple houses down.
Hey, Ed. It's like he's got the gray background thing.
Yeah.
One day we should do the show with a gray background and just say that we're in his apartment.
Oh God. This Bentley's $2 million without a roof included. Nice.
Anyway, no, the US government actually probably no world government really likes cryptocurrency other than what was the country that just this is a big deal for Bitcoin actually, that
45,000.
El Salvador
Move up a little bit.
just made Bitcoin legal tender. So now instead of it being
Crazy.
virtual currency, it actually is used as a foreign currency in El Salvador.
Are they like printing something?
No, they don't print it, but what they do is like they'll accept it for taxes.
Okay.
You can pay your taxes in Bitcoin. You can buy things on the shelf with Bitcoin. They've got they're developing new technology to make it even easier to use there.
Now, Bitcoin is finite, correct?
Yes.
So there's a point where there's no more Bitcoin.
Right. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins.
Interesting.
And we're at almost 20 million now. So
Wow.
yeah, we're at like 19, like high 19s, I think.
So that Bitcoin factory is not going to be mining for long.
I don't know how long it takes. I don't know how long it'll take to make another million Bitcoin. I think they might be one of the biggest miners, and I think they do. I don't think they can do more than maybe 3 a day. And I went inside there and I saw their computers, and what they're doing is really kind of neat. But it's like a huge stack of computers. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's even neater is the hackers that make people's computers mine Bitcoin for them. Have you seen that?
Like the zombie computers.
So, and especially like people who don't understand when a hard drive and CPU is running at max,
Right.
and they get a virus, and they're like, so these hackers are making other people's computers mine Bitcoin for them. It's pretty impressive.
Interesting.
Like, where do people come up with this shit? It's genius.
Money.
Like, but these people doing this probably aren't that rich.
They will be.
Yeah, but it's like if you're so goddamn smart, why are you doing that? Like, isn't there like some tech job you can get somewhere?
I've got to buy more computers.
Yeah, right. Okay. Interesting. Cool. What do you think, Laurentide? Grab a beer before the football games.
It seems reasonable.
All right, guys. Sorry we took you down some weird rabbit holes today.
No, we're not. I'm not sorry.
I'm not.
It's episode 69. You got to go.
Don't do it, Phil.
Nice.
Nice. That's what
Hey,
she said.
Can we get just if you're still listening, just in the comments, just give me a nice.
Yeah.
Everybody just give me a nice, all right?
And email Phil your favorite stories about the number 69.
Yeah.
It's rare.
And
Gmail.
email me $3 and I'll send you a United States Constitution that fits right in your pocket. You can learn all about. Did you know about this? Man, like the 26th or 27th, the 26th Amendment. Crazy. Like it took like, it was one of the original proposed amendments, and they finally ratified it in like 1982 or something.
Huh.
Nuts. Have a great day, everybody.
See you guys.
Who's there? It's rare. Who's there? It's rare. Come fill your time. This pod's for all. From the Finger Lakes, join in the call. Learn something new about the Cuca Trail. Upstate New York, every episode I tell. Who's there? It's rare. Who's there? It's rare. It's rare.